right. Hello everyone, meteorologist Tracy Hinson here, and we're tracking some showers through our area right now. You can see it's a broad area of rainfall, and it's kind of moving in that pesky direction from south to north where we're just going to kind of slide in over it. So it is going to take a few days for this entire area to get out of our way. Overnight last night, we had a few areas of severe storms over Arkansas and into Oklahoma. Those storms, though, stayed out of our way. You can see a little bit of the remnants of that storm as it fell apart. Whenever you see a bow, kind of that C in the radar, that's indicating a strong line of winds as well as stronger storms over 40 miles an hour. All right, so as we bring it into the St. Louis area a little bit more here, you can see it's scattered. It's off and on, and it's been this way throughout the entire morning. We do have a broader area of rainfall further down to the south over the Springfield area that is going to start to make its way up here. Let's go ahead and track this out over the next few hours here. So as we hit about 4 o'clock, and in fact, I'll go ahead and slow this down for you. Normally, we speed it up because we only have a certain amount of time in the newscast. But once you get over to St. Louis, you can see 1 o'clock today, a couple of showers here, starting to move into the Rolla area, kind of coming up along that imaginary 44 line as it almost always does when we have it out of the south in this direction. This continues. Here's 2 o'clock here. Could have some embedded thunderstorms within this line. However, as long as we stay on the cloudy side, it'll keep us a bit more stable. So that most likely will just be heavier rainfall, but a couple of isolated areas of thunderstorms. With this heavier rainfall, I don't think we really have the threat for any sort of flooding just because our ground is so dry. It's almost like a sponge. If you add water to a dry sponge, it's going to fill up before it starts to pour out. Same thing is going to happen with us today. So we'll see that as that continues to track through there. We could have some areas of localized flooding. My driver's along 55. I'm talking to you guys. Some spots with more pavement on the roadway, for example, doesn't absorb a lot of that water. Could have some flooding with that. Here's 3 o'clock with some of those moderate to heavy showers moving into the St. Louis area. Then we get into 4 o'clock, where I had that pause point earlier. You could see moderate to heavy showers moving out of the St. Louis area. Then as we head into the overnight hours, we'll go through this slowly to help you kind of plan what you can expect. Here's 6 o'clock with some pockets of moderate to heavy rainfall in there. Possibility for some storms, so as long as we stay on the cloudy side and we don't get that extra sunlight, that extra energy, we most likely won't get storms. Here's 9 p.m. tonight, really starting to fill in here with moderate to heavy rainfall in some areas, and then it's lighter in a few other spots. So that's just something that's going to be the trend over the next few days here. This line here looks a little interesting to me by about 1 in the morning. We could have some stronger storms further down to the south. However, I do expect this to continue to track out of our way, so it's definitely not going to impact most of the 5 on your side coverage area. Then as we head through Monday, off and on, a good amount of rainfall, kind of one of those typical fall rainy days for us. And then it gets a little bit more interesting. We're going to have an area that's going to slide in from our west. This area will have a bit more energy because it's going to be a bit warmer. It will have encountered some sunshine on its way over. It's going to be stronger by the time it hits us. 5 o'clock, we're still dealing with regular old showers, but it's this area here that we're going to keep an eye on. Remember how last week we were all woken up by those tornado sirens? It's possible you could get woken up again Monday night into Tuesday morning. Here's that line of storms. Here's 7 p.m. moving through Columbia, making its way into St. Louis. Like I said, not worried about this, but it's this line here that I'm keeping a close eye on for Monday night. Monday night, this continues, and there's that kind of, it's the Futurecast here is kind of going to show that bow in the radar. That's those stronger line of storms that march through a front about 40 miles an hour. And then, of course, embedded thunderstorms in there get up over 60 easily. That continues on through about midnight and then finally makes its way through earlier in the morning from Monday into Tuesday. So I think your severe threat is really going to be Monday night, late around midnight, all the way into the early morning hours on Tuesday. If you are going to vote on Tuesday, the afternoon, it's hard to squeeze it in, but like lunchtime, for example, a good time to go. If you're in the early morning, you'll probably be waiting in some rainfall. Hopefully we can keep those thunderstorms away for Tuesday morning. And then you can see it picks right back up again, but this time further off to the east, so it'll impact less people. Let's go over your weather impact for Monday night here, just so you know what you need to do and when. 8 p.m. until 7 a.m. on Tuesday is really your timeline, but I think the peak of this for the metro area is going to be closer to midnight. So while many of us are asleep, that line of showers and storms is going to come through. What you can do right now is just keep your devices charged so that you have an option come Monday night when you need to check in and see where these storms are heading. Okay, let's talk about today though. Today we have those showers that are just lingering around outside. We'll show you the view. We have just kind of overcast conditions. You can see a little bit of wind out there. That's definitely something you're going to notice here over the next few hours, is just how windy it is. And we know it's the winds of change. Winds of change are going to come through. And with that, we're going to have a little bit of rain out there. Temperatures are going to be a little interesting for us throughout the day today. So we're going to have those wind gusts up to around even 30 to 35 miles per hour. Temperature-wise, you can see the direction of those arrows. It's out of the south, so that's bringing up a good amount of moisture. 62 degrees for us in St. Louis. Bringing it closer in here, we're at 60 in St. Charles, 59 in Cahokia, and 63 in Pacific. Throughout the rest of our day today, chance for showers intermittently throughout the entire day. It doesn't matter where you are. Everybody's going to get a little bit of rain at some point today, but they're also going to get a good amount of dry time as well. We're going to bump it up into the low 70s today before our sunset. And this is the tough time. So our clocks fell back. You got that extra hour of sleep. That was glorious. But what's hard now is our sunset is a little bit before 5 o'clock. So 4:58. That was hard to type into the forecast. I'm sure it's hard for you to read it. 64 degrees for us overnight tonight with those showers and storms. Your weather impact 7-day forecast is going to show you that our team has highlighted 2 days we want you to watch for, Monday as well as Tuesday. Now, why are we calling it the weather impact alert for Tuesday? It's mostly because we do expect a good amount of people to be outside at some point in lines to get in to vote. So with that, you'll probably be in the rain. That rain will be early on. The afternoon on Tuesday looks like it's okay. However, in some spots in Illinois, it'll still be raining. So we do expect more people out and about on Tuesday because of voting. And then on Monday, that main line of storms like we talked about overnight, so you may be woken up by your tornado sirens. Gary Frank and probably Anthony Slaughter will be in to track that. For sure, Gary, he's planning to be in until late into the night on Monday, and then Anthony will likely come in early to help track that on Monday and Tuesday. And then Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, we are in the mid-60s. Alrighty, everyone, stay safe out there, and don't call it gloomy or dreary weather today. It's cozy weather, perfect for anything you want to do inside, and there's a lot to do in St. Louis inside today. Alrighty, everyone, we'll see you next time.